Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Atlanta Falcons Today. It is a mailbag weekend. We always do it here on the channel, and so it's your chance to ask a Falcon-related question. We answer it, throw you up on the screen, and hopefully get your question resolved and answered. That's the goal here on today's video. Let's jump right into our subscriber questions. Rohan10 says, Falcons, are we one good corner away from being a real playoff contender? I don't know if we're one good cornerback away. Like for instance, move Jalen Ramsey over to the Falcons. Are they a playoff contender? More so than whether they beat right now, but I don't think it's just cornerback. I think the Falcons are 3 good players away, and I want to explain this because they could be more. I mean, you get 4, 5, 6 good players. You can really rearrange this entire football team, but I honestly wouldn't really touch the offense. Like, sure, I'd like to add, maybe a better offensive lineman, like to add a better running back. Sure, another wide receiver would be nice, but I think they need a pass rusher. I think they could use a linebacker, and they could definitely 100% use another cornerback. Maybe throw a safety in there as well, but I think they can still be a playoff contender. We get that question a little bit later on here in this video, but I don't think it's just one player away. I think the defense is a lot further from being a playoff contender than the offense. The offense, to me, like, if you were to throw in one other wide receiver or maybe like an elite running back, this offense would be top 10 in the National Football League, and even though right now it's playing very, very well. So I think they can be a playoff contender as is, but it's very simple to where you just go, oh, just give me like one cornerback and then you're going to be elite next year. I think you need a couple of more pieces as the rebuild, even though people won't call it that internally, but it is a slow rebuild. Still has progress and time this offseason to go ahead and get into, let's just say what it is, full strength Falcons once they improve the secondary and the pass rusher position on the defensive side of the football. Pin comment down below. I'll ask you guys this. How close are the Falcons to being playoff contenders? Like, are they really close? Are they not close at all? I know we're sitting here, 1 win away from being at 500. We'll see what happens on Sunday, but how close are they to being playoff contenders? Give me your thoughts down below right now. All right, next question comes from Nick Sutton, who says, why do you personally feel the Falcons shouldn't draft their quarterback of the future in the first or second round of the 2022 NFL Draft? So I said this a lot, and this is why the question comes up. A couple of reasons. First off, Matt Ryan can still win in this league. I think it's been made abundantly clear through the first 7 games that Matt Ryan is by no means falling off a cliff or close to falling off a cliff. The first thing that goes for an aging quarterback is arm strength, and Matt Ryan's arm strength is not an issue at all. I think he has at least 1 more year left in 2022, and I think that if you draft a quarterback in the first round next year, you're instantly creating the Chicago Bear effect, which was, the Andy Dalton situation, and then we got to move him over to Justin Fields. I just don't want that in a year where we expect the Falcons to be playoff contenders next year. Like, I expect to be playoff contenders next year. I hope they're playoff contenders this year. The other factor is that there isn't a quarterback, in my opinion, in this upcoming draft that's worth a first-round draft pick. Now, there will be plenty taken in the first round. If you're a Desmond Ridder guy, he might be the first quarterback taken. We'll see if Rattler comes out, even though I would stay very far away from him. But there isn't that Josh Allen in this draft. At least I don't see it. There isn't that Justin Herbert in this draft. I mean, at least I don't see it. Now, that can change, but I don't think Atlanta needs to go out and waste a first-round draft pick on a guy who will still sit behind Matt Ryan, create quarterback controversy, and might not be that good. I'd rather take a risk on somebody in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round who can sit behind Matt Ryan alongside Felipe Franks and learn for a year, create no drama, and then eventually take over, right? I think that should be the goal for the Falcons because you can then spend your first-round draft pick on a real position of need. You can get a pass rusher. You can get a pass rusher. You get a cornerback. There are some really good cornerbacks in this draft who can provide instant impact versus a quarterback that you would take and then sit and not really use. Like, first-round draft picks got to play. And if it's a quarterback, you're going to be hearing fans clamoring for him to get in there as soon as Matt Ryan struggles. But Matt Ryan, he's not been struggling, and that's a key factor in my thought process on not taking a quarterback early on in the draft, but still needing to get one at some point next year. I just wouldn't spend a first or second-round draft pick on one at the moment. Make sure you guys are subscribed to be a part of next week's mailbag video. We say that every single week here. We approach 4K subscribers. A lot of people's questions didn't get answered because you aren't a subscriber. And so either the question wasn't good, and so I didn't pull it because it's got to be a good question. Sorry. Or you have to go ahead and be a subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure you guys hit the red button down below right now. Trucking with Cigars, sounds fun, says, what do you think about Falcons making a deal for running back Ronald Jones from Tampa? I wouldn't mind it. Like, I wouldn't mind trading for a running back. And I just mentioned earlier that Atlanta's a couple of positions away, and I kind of hinted on the running back spot. I don't think Mike Davis is the running back of the future. I think he's been a nice fill-in. He's been fine. I still think he's a number 2. I would like them to get a number 1. I don't think Ronald Jones is a number 1, but he would be an upgrade in my opinion. And I don't know if the Bucs would want to trade him over here, but for as cheap as he is, I wouldn't mind it. I would like Marlon Mack, honestly, if I was going to ask for any running back. I think Marlon Mack, coming off the injury last year, is still an elite running back. And again, you can get running backs for pennies on the dollar. But I do think Atlanta, much like the quarterback position, at some point next year needs to add a running back. And I think that even though I don't need to go out and get, a Zeke level back or a superstar number 1 back. Derrick Henry would be nice. Just having a competent back and a really good young running back, I think, is a necessity for the Falcons. And so whether it's Mack or Ronald Jones or drafting somebody, either way, I think that they should at least take a look at upgrading the running back spot, even though I love Cordell Patterson, and I still think that they're serviceable at running back right now. Should the Falcons trade for a running back? Like, what do you guys think? If you guys think that they're fine, then type 0 for no. If you think they should, though, type 1 down below for yes. I'm curious the thoughts and the answers we're going to go ahead and get on that one. Before we get into our next mailbag question, quick shout out to our friends at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/BetFalcons. Use that promo code Falcons125. Get that 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up and bet on the Falcons or bet my picks of the week. We'll show them on the screen right now. I got some good picks. I've been balling out. I keep saying this because I'm very excited about it. I'm winning money. 18-10 so far this year. Panthers -3. The Giants. I think Carolina bounces back with a big win. The Giants, to me, are an absolute dumpster fire. I don't see how they go ahead and even beat Carolina. I like Washington to cover versus Green Bay +10. I like the Falcons taking us to win against the Dolphins. I mean, -2.5 is a very easy win in my opinion. I think they're going to win by at least 7 or more. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Raiders or at least cover against Las Vegas. And I'm going to go for a sneaky pick here. Bengals +6 at Baltimore. Baltimore has been good, and they're one of the better teams in the AFC, but I think Cincinnati's got some sneaky good offense on them. I'm going to take the Bengals in that one as well. Bet on these or bet on your own, doesn't matter, but do with our friends at BetUS, chatsports.com/BetFalcons. That promo code is Falcons125. Dr. Feelright says, amazing that Fontenot considered Richie Grant a better second rounder than Javonte Williams, Asante Samuel Jr., or Azeez Ojulari, from Georgia. I agree. I think they very much whiffed on the second round. Like, a second round draft pick needs to play. I'm not saying Richie Grant's a bust because it's too early, but there are second round draft picks that are balling out, and you name 3 of them. Javonte Williams, you saw him against the Browns for the Denver Broncos on Thursday night. He's a very good running back. I wanted them to take him, and they passed up on it. Like, they traded out of that pick to let Denver come in. Made no sense. Asante Samuel Jr. would be such a good addition to this team right now. I mean, geez, him and A.J. Terrell would have solved the secondary issues, and Ojulari is a good pass rusher. I mean, I agree. I think Fontenot had a good draft-ish, but they're not really producing right now, at least early on. I mean, besides Kyle Pitts, but even then, he's been kind of up and down. I think it was an up-and-down draft for Fontenot, and he needs to get some impact players in next year's NFL draft. Alabama Roll Tide says, hi, here's my question. How do you think the Falcons trade for someone before the deadline ends? I mean, how you just trade for somebody who's not too expensive is the how. That's a different story. Like, I don't see the Falcons making a big move. I don't see any sort of crazy, like, OBJ. And we talked about this in my trade video earlier this week. I presented some names, but I also said, it's very unlikely. Like, I don't think they're going to go make a big splash. If they make a move, it's a small move, like a Marlon Mack. I mean, that'd be a big splash for us, but it wouldn't be anything crazy. You give a 5th or 6th round draft pick to go ahead and get Marlon Mack, and, the deal would be done. So I don't see them making a big move, but I do think that there's a chance that they could do something small if there's, a no-name corner on the roster or out there or a pass rusher, like Dirk Barnett from the Eagles. He's available, and you could get him for a 4th or 5th round draft pick, and that'd be a big move, but it wouldn't be like a big move in terms of trading Matt Ryan or getting a wide receiver or something crazy like that. So I'll ask you guys, though, will the Falcons make a move at the trade deadline? I think they will. Type Y down below for yes. I think they will not. Type N down below for no. One more. Tango Time Jim says, is Sunday a must-win for the Falcons? Yes. Now, it's not technically, because in the NFC wildcard, like, the 7th seed is 3-3, and so if the Falcons were to lose, they're going to be sitting there at 2-4, and it's an uphill battle, but it's an easy schedule, and so technically no, but it does feel like it, right? I think the Dolphins are a bad football team, and I think if the Falcons go to Miami and lay an egg, we're going to have a lot of question marks on Monday. And so even though technically on paper it is not a must-win, they definitely should be able to beat the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are a team in disarray. We talked about this in our preview video. Tua is hurt. He's not that good. Are they going to trade for Deshaun Watson? Are they not? Their secondary is all banged up. Like, Atlanta should roll. It should be a comfortable Sunday, knock on wood. But at the same time, there's no guarantee, and, you got to be able to win football games. I think this would get them in the right direction to go to the playoffs, and so that's why I say it's a very important game and a game that they have to go out there and at least be competitive with a chance to win and win big. They should win by 10 points. Like, seriously, they should win by 10 points, and we'll obviously talk about it and see what happens come Monday. Ultimate of our day on our mailbag video. Hashtag Falcons in the comments section if your question was not asked or answered. You guys want to get in on next week's mailbag video, that is how you do it. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed as we try to be a fast-growing Falcon channel dedicated to you, the Falcon fan. In under 10 minutes, we jump on here and answer questions and give you the news and rumors and preview and breakdowns and everything you could possibly want regarding your Atlanta Falcons. What a crazy time to be alive as the Braves, or I should say in Atlanta. You got the Braves. Depending on when you're watching this, they've not played Game 6 upon filming this, but of course, maybe they have already won or lost. We'll see. Hawks are getting started. They play Cleveland Saturday night. It's a great time to be in the ATL. And, of course, the Falcons on Sunday. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Again, for Atlanta Falcons Today, I'm Thomas Mott, Ultimate for today, signing off for the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.